The Philadelphia Eagles are back-to-back NFC East.
Back-to-back.
And, Hugh, it's not easy to go back-to-back.
Easy to go back-to-back.
There's a lot. We got a lot to unpack today. We don't have, obviously, a normal week here, so we're going to cram a lot in today. Your reaction to it all, 215-592-9494. Merrill joins us an hour from now. Kyle, of course, behind the glass. But the game on Saturday, an Eagles victory. First half was choppy. But the second half, they really imposed their will. They knocked Mariota out of the game. The run game got going. I thought the Jalen Hurts touchdown pass to Goddard really ended the game. They won the game on that play. And then the Cooper DeJean interception.
Cool.
But, Hugh, look, there's the game itself. Jordan Davis was awesome. Jalen played another really good game. Saquon, I thought that was his best game all year. Impactful catches from A.J., all that. But the big picture, Hugh, is the Eagles became the first team to clinch a division this season, and they are the first team since Hugh Douglas was in the locker room on the field to win back-to-back NFC East championships. It is a day to be proud here. It's a heck of a run, Hugh, by the Eagles, back-to-back NFC East champs.
Yeah, man, that's something to be proud of, but just this team is they're poised to do something greater, man. I remember back when we did it, we were wishing that we were in the position that Jalen's in. Jalen's won a Super Bowl. Now he's got back-to-back NFC East champions, and now they're trying to get to another Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think, he's been under fire the last couple of weeks. I think that his resilience has shown through. I think that the way that they played, they found their formula. Run the ball. Like they found the 21 cut touches for 132 yards. You got Tank's big.
There we go. Now we're off and rolling.
Yeah, but the bottom line is this. You got the running game going, and that's the formula for this time of year. If you run the ball well, December and January, you got a good chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
You know what I've seen the last couple of weeks, and we can all acknowledge they haven't played good teams, right? The Commanders are not good this year. The Raiders are terrible. But what I've seen the last couple of weeks gives me the most hope I've had for them in a while because, Hugh, I think they found their formula, right? Their defense, even without Jalen Carter, has played excellent football. They're getting such good play up front. Jordan Davis, I mean, my goodness gracious, forget just a 1 year, fifth-year option by Howie. Give that guy a new contract, and he looks like a Pro Bowl right now. He has begun to look like the guy that was a first-round pick all those years ago. But the defense is playing at a super high level. They're running the football. They are not taking sacks. They're getting to the quarterback. It's starting to look like, and I know all these teams that we're going to talk about are good in their own way, but if you tell me right now that the standings hold the way they are, and the 1 seed and the 2 seed are the Seahawks and the Bears, I'm starting to get excited. For the first time all year, I see the path for this particular team this year to go do some damage in the month of January. 215-592-9494. Hugh, I want to give you one more reason, though, to be proud of the Eagles, besides just the NFC East thing, which is it's such a weird thing, right, that no one won this division in back-to-back years. The Eagles have been the best team primarily in that 21-year stretch, but just so happen to be not back-to-back division champs. That is awesome. They checked that box. But Hugh, you know what else they could do?
What's that?
Well, this actually, in some ways, this is even more impressive to me. The Eagles right now are the only team that won a division last year that is in first place right now. They might be the only team in the NFL this season to win their division in back-to-back years. Look at the other division right now. Who's leading them? New England in front of the AFC East. That was typically Buffalo's division. Pittsburgh on top of the AFC North. That last year obviously was won by the Ravens. Jacksonville leading the AFC South. That last year was won by the Texans. Denver atop the AFC West. We know the Chiefs had won that for years. In the NFC North, it's the Bears. Last year was the Lions. In the NFC South, it's the Panthers, Last year, and for the last few years, it's been the Bucs. And then in the NFC West, right now it's Seattle. It had been the Rams last year. Hugh, and if everything holds, if the standings hold the way they are right now for the next 2 weeks, the Eagles are going to be the only team in the NFL to win their division in back-to-back years. That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is, and it just shows you to the level of excellence that the Eagles have, set for themselves.
And how hard it is to keep doing it.
Yeah, man, because you talk about the NFL, the one thing that they wanted when I came to the league, and I used to hear a lot about, was parity.
Yep.
And that's why free agency became such a big deal, so much so now that you have dudes being traded during the season. That was unheard of back in the day, 20-some years ago.
That was a long time ago.
You know what I'm saying, when I played NFL. But that's what it used to be.
Yep.
So now that you have parity and you have these championships and these division titles switching hands all the time, the level of consistency that the Eagles have been able to display over the 5 seasons that Jalen has been here. Been to the playoffs every year he's been here.
Yep. And if you just go to the last two, I mean, again, they're poised to be the only team to win their division last year and this year. I mean, just think about that for a second. Usually there's 3 or 4 teams that repeat as division champs, and there's some turnover every year, but they're going to be the only one. And this isn't locked in yet. Things could change a little bit in the next 2 weeks. But right now, they're the only team from last year to win their division, and the only team of those teams that is in first place right now. 215-592-9494 to hop in. Let's react. Let's celebrate what they've done. Let's look ahead to what's coming up here next 2 weeks, and then the postseason. We know the Eagles will be in as the NFC East champions. All right, let's hear from Nick Sirianni after the game on Saturday, talking about the accomplishment of winning the East in back-to-back years.
You've got some guys who won multiple or many division titles, but then you've got some guys who are winning the division title for the first time.
Yeah, it's always good when the guys experience that. You know, the guys that haven't won one experience it for the first time. That's always a gratifying thing. But excitement, you know, it's hard. It's hard to do this. Obviously, in this division, we've seen, you know, the data says, you know, it's hard to repeat as winners in this division. We're happy about that. We'll celebrate it. We've got a lot to clean up, and then, you know, we got a lot more goals on our mind.
All right, Sirianni talking about the accomplishment here. Jalen Hurts as well after the game Saturday night.
They're rare times. So it's something that we all need to soak in and relish in this moment right now and take it a day at a time as we always have. But keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's what we've done for 5 years since everybody's collectively been here. It's been my approach since I've been an Eagle. And I think as a team, you know, just the caliber of guys that we've been able to get with the mentality that, you know, where they come from and their backgrounds. And defensively, the vibe that they have and that continuity that they have and everything kind of coming together. We just want to continue to improve.
Well, they have. In the last 2 weeks, they're playing good football, and now they go to
him
Buffalo.
Being all reflective and taking in the moment.
5 years?
Yeah, look at that.
5
That's
years.
never like right that. There. Not like that. Not like that. Like that was a little different. That was a little bit more reflective.
Well, he gets to say, he and the other guys, right, that they get accomplished something that a lot of great Eagles players and teams in the last 21 years have not, which is winning this division in back-to-back years. All right, Hugh, you starting to think the S word again? Or SB words again? Yeah.
He's like, S word? What do you mean?
Well, it was 2 words. Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about.
Not that one. Is your mind back on the Super Bowl
I'm
run?
excited, man. I'm excited. I've seen a path yesterday of how this team can get it done, because I'm not going to lie, before this game, and I know it's the Commodores. I know who it is.
Yeah, they stink.
But I saw some continuity as far as some of the things that they want to do offensively. I saw a quarterback that looked real decisive in where he wanted to go with the football. I think the last couple of weeks, if you're being honest with yourself, one of the knocks on Jalen is that he looked like he held the football too long for a lot of the stuff, and it looked like he didn't know where he wanted to go. This week, in the last couple of weeks, it's looked like he's been more decisive. Even in that L.A. game against the Chargers, he looked like his decision-making was a lot quicker. And the bottom line is the running game has gotten going.
Well, I see a formula now. I think they've found their way of playing football again. And you call it identity or whatever. They found something again, and it's working. And I want them to do it again on Sunday in Buffalo and bring this thing into the postseason. 215-592-9494. That is how you get aboard. Let's react to the win. Let's celebrate this team winning back-to-back division titles. And again, could be the only team in the NFL to win their division last year and this year. And now we look forward to the postseason. Kyle, what are you feeling this morning?
One back-to-back down, one more back-to-back to go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's hard to go back-to-back.
I mean, that was the most I've felt like the 2024 Eagles finishing up a game. That felt like a way that the 2024 Eagles would win. With Saquon sort of closing it out, then just sort of wearing you down.
Tough running, man. Tough running he did yesterday.
And, man, it was close. I know everyone was frustrated in the first half. If we remember back to last season, that happened a lot.
Yeah.
Like, first halves were tight. We couldn't score in the first quarter, ever. It was, it was a little bit of a slog, but they wore you down because they were tougher. They were physical. Jalen was doing his thing. The defense playing really well, swarming everybody, and Saquon closing it out. Like, that was a 2024 Eagles win. And, man, it's got to feel so good for them, if you're them, saying, like, that's a little bit of a weight lifted off your shoulders. They just accomplished something together as a team again. And now they saw a few go through. They beat up on a couple bad teams. The confidence is coming back. And like we talked all season about how there's not like one team that stood out from the rest of the pack. I think that almost benefits the Eagles because they have that pedigree. They have that experience. Like this is the kind of year that a team could go back to back because they've been there, done that before. So it's the best I felt all season, I think, in terms of like, wow, what the heck? Maybe they can do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the last time I felt this good. It maybe September. I mean, like you think about, they did win some good games in November, right? The Detroit game and Green Bay game were good wins, but their offense was really bad those nights. Their defense, and that carried them. I thought they got both elements on this past Saturday. Their defense was suffocating. I mean, and obviously when Mariota got knocked out, it's a third-string quarterback at that point, but their defense was awesome on Saturday, and the offense. It did the job. I mean, it really did. The passing game was good. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. And I thought Jalen made a lot of those kind of 9 to 14-yard passes. A lot of those to AJ kept moving the chains. And I thought his throw to Goddard in the front corner of the end zone was one of his best plays of the season. Being pressured, kind of moving up, but looking to throw, boom, touchdown.